Welcome back to Montana this morning, everyone. The time is 6:50. We're finally seeing some daylight. This time of year kind of robs us of our beautiful iCam shots all morning long on the morning show, but we're finally starting to see some daylight there over the horizon. Hopefully we get one more last nice shot before the show ends. Well, we begin with a look at national headlines this morning. President Trump gave a wide-ranging interview to 60 Minutes that aired last night. He told Leslie Stahl that Saudi Arabia would face severe punishment if it was involved in the disappearance of journalist Jamal Khashoggi. The president says he didn't make fun of Christine Blasey Ford when he mocked her at a rally last month, and he also touched upon climate change, possible changes in his administration, and his love of Kim Jong-un. Saudi Arabia is threatening to retaliate if President Trump imposes any sanctions related to Khashoggi. The kingdom denies any involvement, but Turkish officials say there is evidence Khashoggi was killed by a Saudi hit squad. Foreign ministers from the UK, France, and Germany released a joint statement calling for a credible investigation. Just this morning, Saudi Arabia gave Turkey permission to search its Istanbul consulate. And more than 5 days after Hurricane Michael slammed the Florida Panhandle, an untold number of people are still unaccounted for. Crews are still searching Mexico Beach, a small community bulldozed by the storm's 155-mile-per-hour winds and 14-foot storm surge. President Trump will visit storm-battered areas in Florida and Georgia today. Now closer to home, an Idaho man is alive to tell his survival story after he was attacked by a grizzly bear while bow hunting near Livingston. And a quick warning, some viewers might find the following images graphic. Bob Lagasa and his hunting partner Greg were approaching some elk on Saturday when a sow grizzly and her cubs surprised them from about 12 yards away. Lagasa told MTN he didn't have enough time to reach for his bear spray.
She dropped me on my butt, and I was, basically kind of fighting for my life with my arms and kicking and, pushing away as she was, trying to get closer. And then luckily, Greg was able to react so quickly and get his bear spray out and spray the bear to stop any sort of damage. Because if it would have been, I think, any more than 2 or 3 seconds, I think I would have been a lot more chewed up.
Lagasa is now recovering in a Bozeman hospital. Although he and his hunting partner are from Idaho, he says he's been hunting the area for 10 years. Back here in Billings, if the U.S. Armed Forces Reserve Center is ever attacked by terrorists, the procedure is to run, hide, then fight. The 190th Combat Sustainment Support Battalion went through a drill Sunday morning. In a simulated attack, a woman detonated a suicide vest. The 190th soldiers are trained to run and hide because their weapons are not with them in the classrooms, and it's not known if there are other threats. And an improvised explosive device would have killed more if the soldiers tried to help the 2 injured who died as part of the simulation. The Guard leaders stressed accountability, accounting for and determining where all 68 in the 190th are after the attack.
It just brings up that, that ever vigilant, don't be complacent. The big thing right now is see something, say something. So if it doesn't look right, you guys got all that training.
Most important is accountability. So that's the big improved takeaway. The sustain is awesome execution, but now let's work on closing the loop on accountability. Whoop. Great exercise. Good job.
When you really think about it, it's a pretty scary thought. As unpleasant as it can be, you have to do this kind of training to keep everybody as safe as possible.
And if the situation was real, law enforcement would respond and make sure there are no other threats. Turning now to health news, the stroke retreat camp in Red Lodge was held this weekend. Q2's Jenny Fick got an inside look.
Stroke Camp is a 3-day retreat held at Rock Creek Resort for stroke survivors and their caregivers.
We get here and I'm not even out of the car yet, and there's like 4 people ready to help unload bags. Beginning walking in, you're in the right place. And then everyone's friendly. Everyone comes up to you and says hello. No one looks at you and says, ooh, do I need to help him with his walker? They just kind of gauge what everything's like, and then fun.
Volunteers, therapists from around the country, and nurses from St. V's provide emotional and physical support to campers.
Make you feel at home here. Everybody's friendly. And then nurses from St. V's, incredible people. Just incredible. They know everything about strokes.
The camp gives survivors a chance to be catered to for a weekend, and for caregivers to take a step back and have time to themselves.
Every level of caregiver, every level of survivor, all of the people that are helping, everybody's wonderful. I would say it's a relief of being in the same environment and nobody going, well, how come your house isn't clean? Or, why isn't dinner on the table? Or, well, that doesn't sound like it should be so hard, because everybody gets it.
We all take everything for granted. We really do. I mean, when you're taught when you're young how to drive, it's automatic, Well, this hand, I had to reteach how to do that, and I had to reteach my leg how to walk, and all that stuff. And look, there we go.
For him, he'll say, I did X, Y, and Z today. I'm like, really? You did that all by yourself? And he's like, oh yeah, and it's just beaming. It's like the first time your child takes a step. So yeah, there's a lot of pride in watching him continually just get better and stronger.
Reporting from Red Lodge, Jenny Fick, MTN News.
For information on how to get involved in 2019 Stroke Camp, you can visit strokecamp.org.